Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on here. I've got lots of footage. I just kind of just getting distracted with life, I guess. I got shit to do. Anyway, yeah, and I finally went to the reptile store. Yay! Because I have a thing for fucking snakes. I fucking love them. Anyway. So yeah, me and a friend from work, we had a company meeting because it was like literally torrential downpour and we weren't doing anything. So they said, you know what, it'd be a perfect day because we're not obligated for any kind of like loads or anything. We're gonna have this safety meeting. So we did that. Anyway, afterward, he's like, hey girl, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like, I was trying to find you. I said, because you got me blocked in. I said, he's like, yeah, I did that on purpose. I was like, you're an asshole. He's like, no, let's go get fucking breakfast. He goes, I had to drive all the way down here, might as well, make a day of it. And I was like, yeah, let's go. So we went to Cracker Barrel, and something about their hash brown casserole, I have a small addiction for it. I really do. I love this shit. Anyway, so if you're on keto, yeah, stay away from the hash brown casserole. It'll fuck y'all up. Anyway, I didn't mind it. I don't care, And I got thinking about something this morning. I'm getting ready. I'm sitting there just kind of like chilling, heating up the truck, get ready to go to work because I'm going in like uber early. It's like 2:30 in the morning right now. I gotta go up to Cookville, work out of that plan. But anyway, I was watching Megyn Kelly. I like her. And she was talking about Michelle Obama's podcast and her book, and she starts bringing up all this DEI shit. Now, I grew up in an era where, we just didn't see color. We didn't. And in all actuality, you got these different variations of people, right? You got those ones that are like, I can't go out in the sun because I'm going to burn. And then you got other people like me who, I want a tan. And there was a point in my life where my skin was so fucking dark. I blended with ethnic community. That's how dark my skin can get. It's crazy, right? And I literally envied the skin tone of our darker ethnics. I envied their curly hair. I envied their majority, not all. Well, it's kind of flipped a little bit, but when I was growing up and I was younger, majority of the ethnics had the most amazing natural physique. Like, they were muscular and they were lean, shit like that. And it was like, what are they doing different? Is it just their genetic makeup? Whatever. But I envied it. I fucking envied it. I envied, I loved the dreadlocks. I've always, ever since I was a kid, I fucking loved them. I loved the look of the braids, all of the plaits and whatnot, and the cornrows. I fucking loved it. And I got thinking about something, and it kind of comparatively, when I broke my knee, and the nurse that was kind of doing my blood pressure and everything, and her and I was like, you've got the cutest little butt. I said, I'm sorry. I know I am hetero, but God, I wish I had an ass like that. She just laughed. She was like, I wish I had your ass. She goes, do you know what I go through trying to gain weight? And I'm like, why the fuck would you want to do that? You're perfect size. She goes, no, I want to be your size. And she goes, and that's what I find fascinating about psychological perceptions of self And her and I got in this deep conversation while, waiting for the doctor to come in. She was like, no. The skinny girls want to be fat. The fat girls want to be skinny. The white girls want to be black. The black girls want to be white. She goes, it is a female insecurity. None of us like who we are. And why is that? Why are we not comfortable? Or we're always comparing ourselves to someone else. Whether you're a supermodel or a troll. I mean, you're going to find something fucking wrong with you. And there's people that I've met, they are not the most physically appealing, but their personalities are fucking golden. It's like, God, that's what's wrong with me. My personality sucks, It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy. Humanity. Now, I think it's just in America. I don't think other countries have this issue. Culturally, I think in this country, the only thing that we can say that we all have, especially on the female end of thing. Now, I don't know about males. They don't express their feelings and talk about this kind of shit as openly as females do. But I'm wondering, we are the most fucking insecure, and we compare ourselves to fucking everybody else. We are not happy within our own skin. Now, I know I'm not. But as I watched that, video with Megan, oh God, I'm going to sneeze. Of course I am. Do we have another? Fuckity. Anyway, so number 3. Maybe it's the universe telling me, shut the fuck up. Anywho, so I'm watching this and I'm sitting there thinking, what? When the fuck did everybody's ethnicity become a fucking factor? Why is it, and it's weird because here culturally we segregate ourselves. It was almost like a social experiment in the military. We would pick our bed assignments in these giant big open tent type of things. We segregated ourselves. Yeah. There was that one light-skinned girl that resonated with the dark-skinned community. And then you had the one dark-skinned girl that resonated with the light-skinned community. And it's just like that one oddball out, right? But the majority, they all segregated themselves. I picked a spot that was the quietest area of the fucking room. That was my goal. I want something against the motherfucking wall so I can block myself into my little cave. I didn't give a shit who was around me as long as you kept your mouth shut. That was my goal. Quiet. Peace and quiet. Culturally, the darker ethnics, whatnot, they were louder. Just my observation. I was an NCO. I had a little corner of the planet. Me and another NCO would be like, yeah, are you doing the social experiment? You figuring out the logic puzzle like I am? She's like, yeah, it's just culturally, they're louder. Now, I sit there. Her and I would have to go over and correct them and be like, y'all need to, bring the volume down. Take turns talking. because I don't know if any of y'all are even hearing each other, because y'all talking at once. And it get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. Culturally, that was a norm. And it happened several times a day. It became routine. It was bizarre to witness and experience, and, you know, just, you're like, they do it themselves. They do it themselves. Right? And depending on the diversity of your own personality, or like, everybody like me. Anyway, because I fucking resonated with every culture, because I grew up in a society, in an era, and in a region of the planet where it was diverse automatically. And being able to communicate effectively within all cultures type of thing. But what bothers me is Michelle Obama is making it all about her. Now, we all know, and it's a fucking obvious, that their two daughters are not their two daughters. Yeah. And she plays, and she's still playing on the narrative. It's like, we know that they were, like, loaned to you to make the perfect Beaver Cleaver fucking family, to give this positive representation of that relationship. We all know the truth. And she's still fucking trying to convince the masses, even though they are no longer, what do they got to do with the fucking, presidency? Just take your ass to the house, make yourself a drink, sit on your fucking luxurious patio, and just disappear. You got, nobody gives a shit no more. 90% don't give a shit what y'all are doing. And, there are people, and it's pretty sad, because her podcast, is pathetic by comparison of the nobody that comes up with something interesting to friggin' put on YouTube, and they get, I have one video where I'm, literally in the raw talking about addiction and mental health. I'm doing coffee in the morning. I don't even think I had a fucking bra on, right? And I got 1,100 something fucking views, or 1,400 views in 2 days of that video talking about that, right? Resonating with somebody, or they shared it all over the place, whatever. I got more views on that fucked up video, and I am a nobody, than that woman got. And everybody, it was like, yeah, she might have a bazillion subscribers, but there's no views on the video. Nobody gives a shit. Now, I put my stuff out because it's kind of therapeutic. I can go back and watch what I said and rethink. Now, did I say that appropriate? Now, if I didn't say it appropriate, I'll put a restriction on it. If I did, I just leave it up there, and eventually someone might see it or comment or whatever. But yeah, I've got I'm a normal fucking person. There's not, well, I'm not exactly normal, but I'm your ordinary, I work, I pay my bills. I'm not on this to make any money. It's just something for me. It's an outlet. I can talk about things that I normally can't talk about with anyone else who wants to listen. There's the select few, and it's very few, that really give a shit about my thoughts and how I see things. And of course, it's not within family. It's like some people are like, yeah, why don't you just call your sister? Oh, we don't talk to each other. Yeah. Okay, let me get off here. I ain't at my job. I parked my my work truck across the road so I wouldn't have to go on the fucking gate this morning. I got it all ready, set, go. I am fucking taking care of it. This morning I am not going. I don't want to open that gate. I don't feel like it. So, anyway, and I'm just a pinch early, but I've got to check. Check my tires and get it warmed up and get the heat going because it's a little bit nipply this morning. There we go. But yeah, I sat there thinking on, it's wild. Yeah, I have my insecurities. I am used to being, my ideal weight my entire life is, 132 pounds, and trauma has put 30 pounds on my ass, and it's bugging the fuck out of me. I'm not used to being this size. I have been in the past, but not for very long. Now that I'm 50, it is a problem. I fucking, what the hell? Starve myself. And it's just holding on for dear life. I'm going to be a fat ass until I die, I think. But at the same time, there are people out there who are super, super skinny that struggle to gain weight and wish they could gain weight and envy my fat ass, whereas I'm envying their skinny ass. Why has society in America become so polarized in thought, in comparison, that everybody is walking around with this perception of life of being completely fucking insecure and dissatisfied with who the fuck they are? Why? Why is everybody comparing each other to everybody else? Why is everything a fucking competition? Why can't we just be happy with our strengths and our weaknesses, or just improve yourself because you feel that you can do better? You're not doing better because you want to do better. You're doing better because someone is keeping fucking score on you. That makes sense? There's too much fucking judgment. We judge ourselves and everybody judges us. Everyone around us judges us. We can't just be the best at what we can be. We have to be, and then when we are the best at what we can be, they push the goalpost, or somebody stomps on your efforts and makes you feel inferior or inadequate, or thwarts the efforts and puts you in a catch-22. It's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now, there's a lot of people out there who'd be like, America's the best fucking place. Yeah, it was. I would say probably mid-70s to, early 90s, and then it started to get fucking weird. And I've been watching it get weirder and weirder and weirder. This got nothing to do with political parties. It's got everything to do with the sociological and the psychological elements of our society has pitted all cultures against each other. Shit. Within cultures. You've got ethnics going against other ethnics. You got, shit, my whole family's fucking tore apart because of sociological and psychological institutional conditioning and or indoctrinations. Shit, my own family. I mean, even my mom. It was like comparative. Everybody was keeping score. They, comparing each other to each other. I mean, we pitted against each other our whole fucking lives. It's like, comparatively, why can't you be like your sister? Kind of shit like that. That's what society is like. The whole country is kind of narcissistic. Let me back this up a little bit. I'm sticking out. Back me up. Yeah, there we go. There's no lines. It's a big field. There we go. So, I mean, it just goes for saying. And it pisses me off that Michelle Obama would think that she has any sort of purview or say in regards to anything. I mean, she used to wear her hair straight because that was what was expected of her. She'd iron it out or wear wigs or whatever. Right? And now she's wearing the braids. She could have fucking wore the braids the whole time. I don't think... If she had wore the fucking braids, she probably would have resonated more for, general population. Normalize it. Nobody gives a shit. What she did was she wore a fucking mask the whole time that she was the president's wife, the first lady, whatever, and put up a fake fucking persona of who she really is to appease everybody. What happened to just being your fucking self? Why does everybody gotta, fit a mold? I don't fit a mold. I was actually surprised the other day. My mom told me a story. She goes, I talked to everybody. I don't even know who the fuck it was I was talking to. But they had said something, about, oh, I hate those dreadlocks. They look so greasy, whatever. And my mom doesn't have them. But, here I am. She was like, not always. And the lady just was a little shocked. She was probably in church. Anyway, lady was in shock. Looked at my mom, because my mom is like 80 fucking years old. She said, no, my daughter's got them and they're down to her fucking knees. And they're clean and they don't smell and they're shiny. And it's not grease. It's because she takes care of them. She washes them. Yeah. Michelle Obama had walked into the, had dreadlocks and, wore her hair the way she wanted to fucking wear her hair. Do you think the American population would have discriminated? Or would they have accepted her probably more readily because she's more like the American people than trying to put on a fake persona and wear all this, PC clothing and shit like that? Fuck that. I want someone who's normal. Trump? Yeah. His hair's kind of not as bad, but he's not as orange. But why is everybody got to judge everybody for, how they look? Can we knock it off already? Stop comparing yourselves to everybody. Be happy in your own fucking skin. Find purpose in everybody's physical characteristics and or, accomplishments or whatever. Just love who you are and what you do and be happy with where you're at. Yeah. Because American society, yeah, that's all they do. Yep. You're a comparison prop. Yep. And social media has, oh my God, proliferated it. Everybody's comparing each other to everybody. That shit needs to stop. Live and let live. Peace.